Stand in front of your fridge at like 5 p.m. going, oh, what do I make for dinner that's not takeout? Yeah, been there, same. That's why I started making these easy Asian meals using just my Instant Pot or rice cooker. They're quick, comforting, and taste like something that you could get in a restaurant. And in this video, I'll show you how to make, think Sukiyaki Udon, curry udon, tofu soup, all with minimal fuss and maximal flavor. It's so easy, the kids can make it. If you're wondering, Amy, why not 5 meals for all 5 weekdays? Well, we do leftovers, so just make a bunch and have the last day be leftovers. But if you want a new thing every day, this channel has a ton of options for you. If you want a suggestion, let me know in the comments. I'm happy to direct you to where you need to go. But today, 4 is what I'm giving you. We are making Instant Pot curry, so it's on saute mode, and I'm just going to put some oil in there. Don't be shy. So here's what you'll need. The onion is cut up in here. Here's chicken in there cut up as well. Carrots, potatoes. I got these little ones. I have more in the sink washed, but the little ones are super easy. And you know what? I'm not even gonna peel them. I'm just gonna leave it as is. You can even toss them in bigger, but I just cut up the big ones. And then I'm gonna use 1 roux cube box right there, chicken broth so that I don't have to do all sorts of other flavors, and some oil to saute. Also, another thing while we wait, we are using udon today because we were going to make a crave-worthy and I'm just going to toss it into the Instant Pot with it. But if you don't want udon or you're gluten-free or whatever and you just want it over rice, you can just make the curry on its own and make your rice separate, or even with naan, if you want to dip naan, that is really good too. So make the curry sauce, make it your own, but know that you can also just toss this in and have your crave-worthy. And it's not super heated yet, but I'm just gonna toss this in, and as it starts to sizzle, we'll add other things. But there's the onion, that's about half an onion chopped up. And then you know what? I'm just gonna add the carrots too, because why not? You could just toss the onions in without sauteing them, but I highly recommend sauteing them first. It's just a few extra minutes, but it gives it so much more sweetness and flavor versus the onioniness that might come out of it. So let's do that. It's starting to sizzle. Now that it's sauteed pretty well, let's add in all the other stuff. So chicken, chicken, potatoes, and then I'm adding 2 cups of chicken stock. You can mix with chicken stock and water if you want. And then we're doing udon, so I'm just gonna add this on top. Just on top, like that. And then this is a crucial part. Everything else, it doesn't really matter what order it goes in, but you do not want the curry cubes to be at the bottom of the pot because they will scorch. So just dump it on top and just cover it up. Make sure that vent is closed and set it for 15 minutes. Then just come back and we'll be ready to open it up, stir it up, and add anything else you want. See those big chunks of brown? That is the melted roux. So you want to mix this really, really well because this mixing with the broth is what makes it the curry, right? So once it's stirred up, it looks like this. Try not to mix it too much because then the noodles get broken up, but this is what you want. Fabulous, delicious curry noodles, or if you don't put the noodles in, you could just put it over rice. I am totally sampling. It is hot. Be careful. It is hot. I should have put on goggles or something. Those onions were so strong. I don't know if you can see how much I'm crying. Meal prepping is a thing for a reason. I do not meal prep everything other than figuring out what is going to be cooked this week, but cutting those onions are huge because they make you cry like no other. And if you don't want to cry every single time and have to do all that, just cut them all at once. Make sure you seal them pretty tight though, because it can get stinky. But cut those onions, friends. Cry one time and that's it. We're making super easy sukiyaki udon. We're gonna use frozen udon like this, and I'm using 2, actually, you know what, I can fit 3. So let's fit 3 in here, and then I'm going to use beef. If you wanna also add tofu or napa cabbage, add those too, whatever veggies you want, do that. I'm just gonna put this whole thing in right here, pasture-raised beef brisket. Ooh, onions would be good too. Let me cut up some onions. I'm also adding 1 ginger cube here. I love these frozen ginger cubes. Toss that in, and then I cut up half an onion. Just drop that in. And then let's add our liquids. 1/4 cup of soy sauce. Then we have 2 cups water. Because I want some greens and I don't have napa cabbage, I'm going to add a little bit of spinach. Mushrooms would be good as well. Okay, that is 1/4 cup mirin. Or if you prefer to think of it in tablespoons, it's all the same. 4 tablespoons or 1/4 cup of shoyu, mirin, and sake. And then while my son is measuring, I'm actually also going to just do this corn. So I'm just gonna put it in parchment paper and put it on the top. So this is the last piece. This is the 1/4 cup of sake. In it goes. And then I'm just gonna wrap this up top, put it in so it'll steam at the same time. You can also add other root vegetables or hard veggies if you want at the same time. Multitasking. And then make sure this is closed. 3 minutes. When the 3 minutes are up, just open it up and take out, first of all, the item in parchment paper. If you put more than just the corn, if you put other veggies, just lift it out carefully. Don't burn yourself. Everything is very, very hot. Once you do that, grab your tongs and mix everything up. Hopefully you have enough broth in there so it's not sticking to the bottom, but just mix it up because I put the beef in frozen, which means it kind of clumps together. So you just want to make sure that it's all separated and good. And if you want to make it authentic, add an egg. That is true sukiyaki right here. Don't worry, it will cook. It'll just be a little runnier, which is absolutely delicious. Korean tofu soup time. I felt intimidated by this before because I was like, I love Korean tofu soup, but I don't think I can make it as well at home. But you guys, it is so much easier than I thought. I'm starting with sesame oil. Sesame oil in Asian cooking makes everything taste so much nuttier and more fragrant. So good. The beauty of this is you can add any sort of vegetable, any sort of protein, any sort of broth. You make it what you want. I will show you what we did. We added the shiitake mushrooms, green onions, and then we are adding shrimp today and whatever veggies we have. I didn't have a ton of veggies, so I'm just adding kimchi, which I added a little bit already in there, but I'm adding some more kimchi. These shrimp, friends, are like amazing big shrimp. I love this. I keep it in our freezer at all times. There's so many things that I keep in the freezer because, look, I mean, you can use it for anything. Tofu soup, right? Now just mix it all up, and then you have to add your liquid of choice. And I am choosing to use a Japanese dashi. Now I know that's not super authentic Korean, but this is my favorite dashi pack. So I'm adding the dashi, and then you just add plain old water on top. You don't need to add the other types of broth because this will do it for you. Do what you will. This is my recommendation. The dashi pack is in the links below. It is my favorite. It's a little more expensive, just so you know. And then add your tofu. I recommend the soft tofu, which is what the Koreans use, right? The soft tofu. And gochujang, just need a little bit of paste. It looks spicier than it is. If you like spicy or if you like more flavor, feel free to add it. Otherwise, you are just cooking it on high for 10 minutes. make sure that that venting is not venting, and let's go check everything else that you need to prepare while we wait. Once the Instant Pot tells you it's done, open it up and see what happens. Look at all of it cooked nice. Mix well because there's kimchi flavorings, there's gochujang flavorings. Feel free to taste and add whatever you want. If you want to add more kimchi at this point, go ahead. But again, egg. We're doing 2 eggs in here because this is like the family portion. And usually at the restaurant, they give you 1 egg for your little portion, right? So I'm adding 2 eggs and we're mixing it in. It gets cooked. It's delicious. A little extra protein. Make it your own. Enjoy. Oh, and make sure to take out the dashi pack if you are using one. You don't want that to go in someone's bowl. All you need is salmon. I got this one from Trader Joe's, but I always get it from Costco normally. And this is shiokoji, which is a Japanese seasoning. I have made my own. Check out my video of how I made my own, but you can also buy this pretty easily at any Asian market or from Seiwi. And then you just lay it onto your rice. I use haigamai. That's my favorite rice that tastes like white rice, but has the nutrition of brown rice. Then just cook it like you would normally cook regular rice. And that is it. That's all the hands-on time you need. And then when you open it up, it is ready for you. It is delicious. If you want to season it anymore, you can. Grill your vegetables, roast your vegetables, whatever you want to do.
It is done and in way less stress, right? These recipes are my go-to on those nights when I'm juggling work, kids, and all of the things. Let me know in the comments which one you'll try first, or if there's something you want to tell me about, please do. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more cozy culture-fueled meals with this Japanese American life. See you next time. Matane.